It is time to expand minds through movies, TV, sports, and flicks. It is time to boldly go where no podcast has gone before. It is time for the Captain Talks Flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Welcome to the Captain Talks Flicks podcast. I'm your host, the Captain Cortez, aka Mr. Love, and this is where we talk flicks. I welcome the podcast where me, the Captain, talks about movies, TV, sports, flicks, anything you can see on the two-board screen. I like to get on here and give my unique perspective, because after 47 years of being on planet Earth, I've developed a new perspective about these movies, TV, sports, and flicks, and I like to get in and tell you about it. Because just maybe you care. And according to the stats, it looks like you do care. I want to give a big shout out to Ethiopia. Got some plays in Ethiopia this past week. Gracias, gratitude, Doraba, and Ethiopia. I heard you guys are the largest producer of coffee in Africa. Very cool, very awesome. A few months back, I had some Ethiopian coffee, and it was absolutely magnificent. So thanks for listening, guys. It's gratitude. And just FYI, back in the day I went to school to be a radio DJ, but never got a job. I think I never got a job because I just didn't have the desire. If I would have had the desire, then maybe it would enable me to become a radio DJ. But I didn't. And that enabled me to become the greatest podcaster in the Matrix. Something to debate might be true, might not be true, but I said it on the internet, so it's gotta be true, right? Because everything on the internet is facts, not facts, true, false, propaganda, fake news, the Matrix, water, grass, sand, air. I don't know. I didn't make the internet. Ask the people that made the internet. So when you're online, just be aware, just watch out. Anyways, I could ramble all day, but I won't. Let's get right into the podcast. But first, a word from our sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I rap. And a while back, I rapped again. I dropped a song called Power Like Earth Comeda. It's me, the Captain, rapping only the way I can over some spacey, dusty, grimy beats. And I promise you, you've never heard anything like this before. So if you want to hear the Captain rap, check out the song Power Like Earth Comeda. I'll put the link below. Check it out. Now, let's get on with the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back again. And right now, I am absolutely full of sweat. I am so sweaty right now. I can feel the sticky sweatiness on my body. It's just some dripping sweat. But it is the summertime in the Midwest of the United States of America. And in the summertime of the United States of America, we sweat. And sometimes we sweat a lot. My butt is sweaty, my legs are sweaty, my chest is sweaty, my hair is sweaty, the earphones are sweaty. Everything is just straight sweaty. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? This is not a complaint. I'm glad that I'm sweating. It means I'm living. I'm alive on planet Earth. I woke up one more time and now I'm feeling sweat. I get to sweat. I get the privilege of sweating one more day on planet Earth. I am blessed. Gratitude to the Most High for waking me up one more time. So yeah, it's hot, it's sweaty, but it doesn't matter, whatever. Now it is time to podcast. And today, I'm going to talk about my most favorite franchise in the universe. And I'm talking about the one and only Star Trek. Beam me up, Scotty. Live long and prosper. Make it so. You know what I'm talking about. Captain Kirk, Captain Picard. I'm talking about Star Trek. It's my most favorite franchise in the multiverse. Yes. And this week, I got to see a new episode from the Star Trek franchise. But before I get into that, a couple things. First of all, there will be spoilers. Second of all, I do own some shares in the parent company of Star Trek. I just want to be clear and transparent to let you know. Now that I told you that, let's get into Star Trek Strange New Worlds Charades. So this week, Spock and Nurse Chapel go on an away mission. I think they're going to explore a moon, taking scientific studies or something like that. But when they go on this away mission, there's an accident. And unfortunately, Spock does get injured. Then they show him, he's like, he doesn't look injured. Like, he looks fine. But he's injured. Like, then he's like, what's wrong with me, Captain? What's going on? What's I feel different. This particular injury is not one you'd expect. What happened is Spock, who was half human, half Vulcan, somehow, some way became full human. So Spock is now a full human being like me and you. I'm assuming you're human. If you listen to this podcast, I'm assuming you're human, but it's very possible maybe aliens listen to this podcast. Maybe they do. They might. Who knows? We're flying around the atmosphere, right? So aliens, I'm not talking to you guys. You are not human. But my fellow human brothers and sisters that listen to this podcast, they're like me and you, human. Aliens, sorry, you're not human. You're excluded. But my fellow human brothers and sisters, Spock was human just like us. And then in the episode, it explores Spock being human. Did you ever wonder what Spock would be like being human? Well, this answers all those questions. Spock deals with those heavy emotions. You know what I'm talking about? You're a human being, you know what I'm talking about? Those emotions we feel, the ones that kind of suck sometimes, you don't want to feel, but you feel them anyways. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. They kind of suck. And normally, Spock, the Vulcan, suppresses his emotions very well, extremely well. But now as a human being, he's just letting them all out. He's letting them all out. Now, that's basically what goes on in the episode. But what I want to do is pull on the thread and go a little bit deeper about Spock being a human being and the emotions he feels. So in the episode, Spock has to do this ritual to bring his lady and the parents. They got to go through this whole like Vulcan ritual. So to like something about to do with the relationship. I can't remember specifically what it is, but it is to solidify the relationship or something like that. But in the episode, he has to do this as a human being. And unfortunately, T'Pring's mother is kind of nasty slightly. She's kind of nasty. You ever hear all those cliches about the mother-in-law is always annoying? Well, this is just like that. Because even in Star Trek, in the future, in Vulcan, in space and all that, mother-in-laws can still be annoying. No disrespect to mother-in-laws, because I know you're not all annoying. But you know, there's been that stereotype that mother-in-laws are annoying. And I've heard it from many people. And I'm sure not all mother-in-laws are annoying. I've never been married, so I don't even know what that's like. But you find mother-in-laws out there. The bad ones are giving you a bad rep because there is that stereotype. But anyways, in this episode of Star Trek, Spock's soon-to-be mother-in-law is kind of bad. She's a piece of work, as they say. And some of the things she was saying, I was like, oh my gosh, she's so annoying, dude. Like, seriously. So Spock has to go through this ritual with this annoying soon-to-be mother-in-law. And as a Vulcan, it would be very easy to go through that ritual and hold back the emotions he feels from this very annoying mother-in-law. But as a human being, oh my gosh, it's super tough. As a human being, he is so irritated. There's a scene in the episode where he's so irritated. He's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. He goes to the bathroom and he yells in the pillow. Now, what I want to go a little deeper into this is, I'm sure you guys out in cyberspace, wherever you may live, I don't know where you live on planet Earth. I don't know you at all. But I'm sure there's been moments in time when you've been around other human beings where you've been extremely, extremely irritated. And in that moment, it was not the right place to let loose and unload. And you had to hold back. You had to suppress your true feelings and emotions. Many times, because I know me, the captain, walking planet Earth, has done that many times because it's been very inappropriate just to let the emotions full force go. Many occasions, many places, we just can't do that, right? And we saw Spock have to deal with that, and he was feeling it like, oh my gosh, I just want to tell this woman off, and he couldn't, so he had to hold it in. There's probably been many situations, like I said, where we just wanted to let loose and let out, and you couldn't, because it's not appropriate, it's not right, right? And if some people do that, there are people that do that, and a lot of times when they do that, sometimes negative things happen, right? They just let loose, just be straight blunt, right? But there was moments where Spock got to let all his emotions fully out. He's hanging with some friends, he's laughing, and he went crazy with the laughs. They just let loose and laugh, just overly expressed. So it's like Spock being human, he's some moments he's overly doing it, and sometimes just suppressing them. It just kind of depends on what the moment calls. But he's all just trying to navigate this, figure it out. Now, me as someone that has not really been an emotional human majority of my life, I kind of can relate with Spock because as I get older, I'm working on handling the emotions a little bit better, more expressive, more letting them out. Because a lot of times, just keep men, be real. And I know a lot of men probably are the same way. I mean, I know I don't want to get into women-men thing, but a lot of men do that. A lot of men kind of hold back on their emotions. The women let them out more. It just seems that's kind of the way it is. Not always. I know that's not always the truth. I know there's exceptions and all that, but generally over time, it seems to be my experience on planet Earth. That's how it is, mostly. Right? So as I'm getting older, I'm saying, hey, come on, bro. You gotta let these emotions out. You gotta purge these emotions. You gotta feel these emotions, feel these feelings, right? Experience them, let them loose in the appropriate manner. That's another key too, right? You gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them, know when to walk away. There's certain moments where emotions let loose is fine. And there's certain moments where you kind of just maybe hold off a little bit. So the captain has developed ways and methods to let loose these emotions, to let them all out. I'm doing one of them right now. One of the ways I do that is through the microphone. Right now, emotions are getting let out. And I'll do some music later, same thing. So ladies and gentlemen, take a lesson from Spock. Deal with your emotions, handle your emotions, express your emotions, feel your emotions. And sometimes they will suck and it'll make you feel bad, bro. They'll do it. But you just gotta go with them, bro. You can't leave them trapped inside. You gotta let them loose, right? Yeah, because that's gonna be the path for us to expand our mind. This podcast is all about expanded minds, to just getting a little bit better, a little bit stronger, a little more healed, a little faster, wiser, right? Just a little bit of everything. And I feel if we process and deal with our emotions in just a better manner, we will be a better human being. And like I said, these podcasts, the journey of this podcast is to just become a better version of ourselves. So ladies and gentlemen, let's take lessons from Spock, let's take lessons from Star Trek, and let's boldly go where our emotions have never went before. And let's feel the emotions. Let's embrace the emotions. Let's have joy because we have emotions, right? We're only on planet Earth once. After this, who knows what's next? So let's embrace the full human experience. And Star Trek will take us on that journey. Star Trek is one of the finest programs on television, letting us explore so many different ideas, theories, beliefs, feelings. It's wonderful. If you have not watched Star Trek Strange New Worlds, I highly recommend go check it out. You will not be disappointed. And this concludes the podcast. So until next time, we'll see. The great danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that it's too low and we reach it. Michael Angelo. Until next time, it's Captain Peace.
The Captain Talks Flicks.